Y'all got any other games for sale?
No, that's the only one.
Okay.
Yeah.
What's up, everybody? It's your boy Emceemur here. Welcome back to another fantabulous episode of Flea Market Flippin'. Hey, before we get started, I want you to go ahead and drop a like on this video, and if you haven't already done so, I hope that you're going to subscribe to the Emceemur Show and be a part of what we got going on here. It's going to be a good day. I can feel it. Another day, another however many dollars. I am out to find some gold today, and some people better be ready to come up off it.
What's good today, man?
Let's go, man. Everything.
Everything indeed. Stopping by one of my reseller tables here, a guy that I've done a lot of business with, because, oh my goodness, that orange knob, I can see this thing from outer space, right? A Turbografx 16 turbo stick is, what is this even doing sitting here? This is a fantabulous thing to see first thing in the morning. I mean, this dates back to the dawn of the 16-bit era. This is a tremendous artifact to walk up on, and I simply must have it.
I haven't seen one of these in a while. How much you get on this little guy?
That one, 25.
$25 is a fantastic price for this thing. I mean, they can go for as much as 3 times that online. I'd probably keep this thing for myself if I didn't already have one, but yeah, fantastic price on this. He's clearly not attached to it either when you think about it. I'm going to try to get this for less. And that's not all he's got. He's got a sick looking Miss Pac-Man handheld here. Something probably dating back to the early 90s from the look of it. I'm not particularly familiar with this model, but yeah, definitely cool to see this here. But before we get off track, we gotta secure this turbo stick.
Would you take 20 for it?
Yeah, take 20.
20 bucks, we're golden, I'm telling you. A fantastic price for a vintage peripheral with real wow factor.
How much you getting on this little Pac-Man thing?
$5.
$5.
$5 for the Miss Pac-Man? Done. I mean, we just shaved $5 off the turbo stick, so yeah, why not? The battery ports are a little crusty on this, but certainly not the worst I've seen. I think it's going to be okay, and it's just such a cool piece. I really can't wait to see it in action. We're going to make it work. The Turbografx 16 Turbo Stick isn't necessarily my go-to, but it's definitely a nice option where certain Turbografx titles are concerned. All the great consoles of yesteryear had their respective arcade sticks, and as exotic as Turbografx ended up being over time, this peripheral ends up being equally exotic, and then some. This is only the third one of these I've found in the wild in the last 2 decades of doing this. Talk about setting a serious tone for today's hunt. Then this Pac-Man unit. MGA, or Micro Games of America, put out this line of handhelds in the early 90s, and they had a pretty extensive line given the fact that the Tiger LCD games were the true kings of the market. I wouldn't mind collecting more of these, but this is the first one I've ever found, and it works like a champ, runs like a scalded cat. The music and sounds are loud and delightfully obnoxious. Listen to that. I have a soft spot for LCD games in a nostalgic sense, and this one is definitely a keeper. Hello. This Game Blaster thing for the Wii, I mean, these actually do bring a little bit of money, but they're sitting there at 20 bucks on this thing, and I'm not going to be able to come anywhere near that and still make a profit on this thing after it's shipped. It's cool that it's here, but I wish we'd have found some games. I'm going to leave this thing with them.
Hey, what's happening?
See the Superman shirt. I got some Superman stuff.
Well, you do, don't you?
I also got some little Superman toys.
Alright, now this cat has a cool mix of stuff here. He's got some really cool looking VHS tapes here, but I tell you, I've loaded up on those in the past. I've really just had no luck moving them, and I don't use the ones I've got, so I don't know that I'm really interested in these. They'd be cool for a collection, though. And he's got a Klingon Bat'leth sitting here. I mean, what? You don't run up on one of those every day, but my goodness, I'm just not in the market for something like that.
And that, I'm letting him go for $1 because the strap is broken.
Okay, so strap broken or not, this is another retro gaming artifact. This is cool. And honestly, the strap, I mean, it's a clean break. It'd be a real easy fix. So for $1, definite no-brainer, I'm grabbing this thing. An N64 controller and game carrying bag. So cool.
Some Xbox mags here.
Yeah, if you want, you can have all three for $1.
Okay, well, that's pretty cool.
More than cool. And this dude's just giving stuff away. I mean, this is really neat because I've got a very extensive collection of old gaming magazines. I've got a huge set of vintage Nintendo Powers. I've got a lot of electronic gaming monthlies. I've got a lot of Game Pros. The list goes on. But I don't have any of the magazines from this era, the ones that came with the demo discs and whatnot. I've got stacks of the demo discs, but I don't have the magazines. For $1, these will make a great addition to my library shelves. This N64 bag is definitely collectible, but comically suggests you'd want a dedicated bag for a controller and a cartridge, which I can half make sense of given the N64's 4 controller ports and multiplayer games, but imagine being the tryhard, showing up to the Mario Kart tourney with your personal controller in a bag. Still, this thing is a cool piece, and it's definitely worth $1. I mentioned my extensive collection of vintage gaming magazines. You know, I love looking through these, and despite being obviously a lot more recent, I'm going to enjoy these Xbox magazines the same way because every gaming magazine is its own time capsule. A window into what was going on that month and that year in gaming, and it takes us right back to the anticipation of the release of some of our favorite games in our past. 3 magazines for a $1 holler. Gotta love it. All in all, this was a super cool day. We found vintage stuff, right? And plenty of it. I mean, really cool things to look at. Curiosities, you know? I love days like that where you're finding things and it's just like, what? I mean, what is this? And, you know, sometimes you just walk up on stuff and you can scarcely believe it's sitting right there in front of you. And you wonder how some of these people came across these things, how they still have these things. It's just wild, but super cool to look at. What do you think about everything that we saw on the show today? You know that I want to hear from you. I want you to leave me something in the comment section of this video letting me know what you think about what you saw here on the show today, or what was your favorite thing. What do you think about the things that we're finding on this show? You know that I love getting a conversation going with you right here on the Emceemur Show, something that we do a lot of. So much more action in this series coming your way real soon. So much more action coming in our free game series coming real soon. So much more action coming on the channel real soon. I can't even begin to tell you about it. There's so much action coming and so much fun that we are going to have. If you haven't already done so, I hope you're going to drop a like on this video. Most importantly, if you have not already done so, I hope you're going to subscribe to the Emceemur Show and be a part of our nation, because we're rising up all the fantastic things we do right here on the show. You need to be a part of it. Make sure that you smash that notification bell so you're always the first to know when new content goes live. Content just like this flea market flipping video right here. You know that I love making them for you. More action coming your way each and every time. Emceemur signing off for this fantabulous episode, and I will see each and every one of you again on the next one. you want to see more video game hunting? Then click here right now and watch this exciting episode. See you in the next video.